welcome to the UniAdmire Podcast one again. And today we have Lunara with us, who is working with us for the CIS countries. And this podcast is specifically for the CIS region students who are willing to apply in different universities around the globe. Lunara, how are you? And thank you for coming as well. Please introduce yourself with us. And one more thing I wanted to ask in the beginning is that which countries are you looking afterwards? So please let us know about that as well.
First of all, hello. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm Lunara. I'm working in the UniAdmire company and taking care of the students who are applying from the CIS countries, which is mostly Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine, Belarus, and so on. And I'm sorry, I forgot the second question.
No, I asked just till now, and then
okay.
we'll start with the second question. My second question is that what are the departments that the students are willing to enroll in? Like mostly, let's suppose if you are getting a query from a student. So, in your experience, what is the department? Which department does the student wants to study here in Turkey or in any university for higher education?
If to talk about the students from CIS countries, for the last 2 years, the most popular and demanded faculty was business, and still in this year is also business faculty. Also, it's tourism, and by the way, tourism, for example, right now we are in Antalya. Antalya is the best place to study for tourism faculty. We all know that. And another one is dentistry. Like many students from CIS countries, they are interested in studying dentistry and medicine in general.
That's good. So, Donana, let's suppose if a student wants to apply in a university here in Turkey for, let's suppose, dentistry. So what is the procedure for applying for the CIS student? Like, how do you come into the role, like when they are applying and all those things? Can you please briefly explain the entire procedure for us?
First of all, students can apply through our portal, company's portal, apply UniAdmire. They can create an account there and submit their documents, let's say high school diploma, or everything which is required there. And then once they create an account and do application through our portal, we are taking care of it. And then we are like applying for different universities for the department which student has chosen.
So the student can apply in multiple universities while just having to be registered on single portal?
Yes.
That's a very interesting thing to know. Let's suppose if a student wants to apply in 5 different universities, so whether he can do it, like,
yes,
and you don't have any charges and stuff like this for that. He doesn't have to pay anything extra.
No, UniAdmire company doesn't charge any service fee or any fee for anything. We are just assisting and helping students to apply to the universities for free.
That's good. What are the documents that the student might require? Let's suppose if he wants to apply for dentistry program in any university here in Antalya or in Turkey in general. So what are the basic documents that the student will require, and how can they give it to you? Like, should they be posting you the documents by hard copies, or should they be uploading the documents to the portal and all those things? Can you please explain a little bit about
this? Yes. First of all, I want to admit that there is different requirements for the government universities and private universities. But doesn't matter which university you're applying, you definitely have to have the high school diploma, which is supposed to be apostilled in your own country. And you have to make the translations into Turkish language, or maybe English language is also possible, and it was supposed to be notarized. This is the compulsory documents for any university that you are applying here in Turkey. This is first of all. And about your second question.
Like the students who are willing to apply to different universities, do they have to pay anything extra, or like it's...
No, they don't have to pay anything extra. Like let's say one student want to try himself in 5 different universities. We can apply for that student in 5 different universities. For each university, for each department, there's supposed to be some certain requirements. So we as a UniAdmire company experts will assist and inform the student. And also, student doesn't need to send hard copies, as you mentioned, by cargo or whatever. We just need to receive a good properly scanned documents, which he can upload to our portal, and that will be enough for making an application to the universities.
That sounds great. One more thing I want to ask is, what are the scholarship opportunities that the UniAdmire team is offering? Because see, the student, okay, one is that the student, once he come to the portal and he can apply in multiple universities on single portal. Okay, let's suppose if a student doesn't want to do that, he wants to apply for a single university and he goes directly to the university and directly applies to the university. What is the difference that he can have, or what is the benefit that he can have when he applies through UniAdmire for that particular university?
The advantage of applying through the UniAdmire company is that our company have a special exclusive agreements with some particular universities for the best scholarships. So applying through our company, the student can get higher scholarship even if he applies at the same university by himself directly.
So you mean to say that the universities that are on your portal, you have like exclusive agreements with them,
Yes.
and you have like exclusive scholarships with them, so that if a student wants to have like avail extra scholarships, then they should come to UniAdmire and they should apply directly from it.
Yes, then they can get the better offer. Let's say.
Once the student has applied, okay, and then like suppose he is going to apply for the visa as well and everything. So is UniAdmire like providing any assistance in the visa thing, or the student has to do it by himself? Or like, let's suppose any guidance or any sort of prerequisite that would be required for the visa, are you guys telling to the student, or like the student has to do it by himself?
Of course, we informing the student what documents he has to submit, what is required, and so on. Lately, those students, if we are talking about a market which I'm taking care, most of the CIS countries, they don't need visa to enter the Turkey, but they will have to apply for the student residence permit. And lately, since last year, for these residence permits, students once university by themselves applying. So we are just guiding the student what document they are supposed to collect, and we are also assisting in that process. And then this file of documents, they are submitting directly to the university, to the specific department who is taking care for the residence permits.
That's good. So once the student arrives on a, like, let's suppose for in your case, the student doesn't need a visa, so he has, like, I think if I'm not wrong, 90 or 180 days in order to apply for the residence permit. And once he is here, then he applies for a residence permit that will be assisted by the university department. We will let them know about the documentation, but it will be applied through the university. So how long is the student residence permit? Let's suppose if a student comes here and the ministry or the immigration department, they give him like 3 months of this residence permit. So the student needs to go back and come back again, or he can continue?
No. He can stay. For example, the decision for how long residence permit will be valid takes only immigration office. So not any company or university can take responsibility.
In
for
general,
that. In general, students getting residence permit for 1 year. Yes,
it's more than
and
enough
if they are
time.
getting, let's say, less than 1 year, a couple of months for the first semester only, it's not a problem. They don't need to leave the country, to Turkey, I mean. They can extend their existing residence permit just by collecting the same file of documents and again submitting through the university to the immigration office. And they easily, if they are active student, registered student in Turkey, they easily can get the residence permit.
Okay, that's great. And what one more question. Let's suppose if a student is studying a 4 years bachelor's degree here and he finishes his bachelor's degree, what are the opportunities afterwards? Can he continue doing his master's directly while living in Turkey? Or like, let's suppose he have to go back and do this entire process again, like apply through UniAdmire or apply through any university and then come back again and do this residence permit thing? What's the case?
No need to leave the country. No need to leave the Turkey. They can immediately continue their education in master's programs. They just need to apply for the master program as well. And in this case, they can also ask for our assistance, as we are doing it for free, and we can guide them about the application process to the master's programs, to different universities, to the same university, doesn't matter.
So he can change the university as well.
Yes, of course, it's up to him.
Okay, that's what about the post-study work options? Do Turkey offer something like this? That okay, does Turkey basically allows the student to stay once he finishes his degree for a certain period of time, or like they have to go back immediately after finishing their degree?
After graduation, graduate students, they have a right to stay here in Turkey. If I'm not mistaken, 6 months for sure. This is I know for sure. But some of them can extend for 1 year as well. So in this period of time, they can find an opportunity to work here, some workplace, and they can do the working permission and stay here in Turkey and continue their working career here.
That's great to know. That's all that what we need to know, that the student would need to know. In the last, I would like to ask an advice from your side, because definitely you are working in this field for a very long time, and you are looking after the CIS region. So what advice will you give the students in general to in order to apply and in order to pursue their higher education dreams in Turkey or in any other country?
Well, first of all, I will advise to apply as early as possible. Like once the early application opens, at that period, start in applying to the universities.
They have exclusive scholarships at that time,
yes,
right?
because in this case, they can get the best offer, best scholarships, the best price for their education. And I think this will be my main advice. Yes, because everyone wants to get a good education and not for overpriced.
Not for overpriced, definitely. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lunara, for your time. Thank you for coming to our podcast and enlightening us with this information. And until next time, we are going to come back with another podcast with another co-host, and he will also answer if you have any questions, any any questions or any queries regarding anything regarding education here in Turkey or education abroad. You can reach us through our websites, or you can directly apply to the universities as well from our portal, which is apply.uniadmire.com. And once again, thank you, Lunara. Thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure.
And let's finish this thing here.